Electric vehicles have been viewed as a possible route to achieving carbon neutrality. They produce fewer emissions than fossil fuel-burning cars by using an electric battery to charge their motors. But there remains a looming question about EVs. What happens in the case of a fire? In July 2023, a lithium-ion battery caught fire on a cargo ship off the Dutch coast with nearly 3,000 vehicles on board, killing one member of the crew and injuring several others. And this year, the City of London has had more than 120 fires caused by e-bikes and e-scooters, resulting in 3 deaths. What's the problem? Lithium-ion batteries can increase in temperature rapidly. This phenomenon, called thermal runaway, leads to fires that are hard to extinguish and can spontaneously reignite. A burning battery also emits large amounts of hydrogen fluoride that is dangerous for humans. Statistics show that EV fires happen less frequently compared to traditional internal combustion engine vehicles, but experts say EV fires pose different challenges for first responders. As one of the European countries with the highest number of EVs, Sweden has been keen to investigate the issue.
The new technology often involves new unknown risks, which means that learning from the past events is a learning extremely important for us, especially when things are quite new. Then over the years, we have produced reports, studies, guidance in a number of areas where we found that we had a lack of knowledge.
In 2023, this Swedish agency cooperated with extinguisher manufacturers and the automobile industry to demonstrate an efficient method for extinguishing fires caused by lithium-ion car batteries. One method uses a thermal imaging camera to determine areas of high temperature, known as hotspots, as well as a safe distance from where operators can intervene.
Cobra operator then will apply the lance actually directly onto the chassis of the car and then inject a small mix of abrasive sand with water to make a small hole in the module. This allows us to put ultra-high pressure water within the module at 300 bar, and that water is able then to move around the modules to cool them. And this is the most effective way and simplest way of getting water into the battery pack. So we're not piercing the modules themselves, we're basically using water to access the module component.
Other novel methods are being explored in European countries to extinguish EV fires. Fire departments in Denmark and Belgium have used special fire extinguishing containers to cool down the electric batteries of EVs in water. The maritime industry is particularly vigilant about EV fires because they're costly for the industry. The Danish Institute of Fire and Security has investigated EV fires aboard ferries.
The biggest difference between an EV car fire and a traditional car comes when it is the battery of the EV that burns and not the vehicle. When the battery burns, they're typically underneath the vehicle, and so the fire can develop and spread from below. Typically on ships, and then also in parking garages and other places, one would have an automatic sprinkler system which comes from above and goes down. And therefore, one of the most important things at a very early time is to provide cooling. But really nothing comes down to proper training. If you're trained, then you know what to do, and hopefully you can safely handle a situation.
Another occasion where EVs pose a potential risk is when they are charged in an enclosed space. The European Commission has in 2023 established a task force to develop fire safety guidelines for recharging infrastructure.
There is a good chance that the fire will spread to the proximity of other vehicles because the toxic smoke remains in the space, and because the structure of the building itself may be damaged by the heat, and because such fires are very difficult for fire services to extinguish. However, we are lacking data on fires involving electric vehicles. This is where the European Union can play an important role by harmonizing statistical methodologies for the collection and analysis of data on EV fires.
Like any other new technology, EVs come with their own set of challenges and risks. Experts say developing new methods and guidance and training firefighters are the only way to address fires in EVs.
Basically not one size fits all, every fire is different, and it is important to do your homework. You need the right tools and design to address new challenges, new risks. Changing regulation can be cumbersome and time consuming and takes time. So the technological development far exceeds the speed at which new requirements can come. So I believe it's really important to emphasize and do more research to better understand, to again, both find solutions, but also to reassure and disprove maybe misconceptions and build up the confidence and experience